Top 10 highest paying jobs in the Philippines. Have you ever wondered which jobs in the Philippines can net you the highest monthly salary? Here, take a look at some of the top paying jobs in the Philippines and how you can send your career in that direction. The best paying jobs in the Philippines cover a broad range of industries. Although you'll find many that are in the finance, healthcare, and IT sectors, there are plenty of other high paying roles in other areas. We take a look at a range of positions that provide a high salary. We also put here some courses and learning areas that might help for each role. Of course, there are plenty of other factors aside from money to consider when you're choosing a career. As well as how much a job pays, you should also consider whether it's a good fit for you. Work environment, work-life balance, and your own passions and interests should all play a part. Aircraft pilot. Professional pilots fly and navigate airplanes, helicopters, and other types of aircraft. Airline pilots work for specific companies, transporting people and cargo on fixed schedules, while commercial pilots work for companies that offer charter flights, rescue operations, or aerial photography. Modern airplanes are operated by a cockpit crew made up of the captain and the co-pilot or first officer. Together, they share responsibility for flight duties such as steering the plane, communicating with air traffic controllers, and monitoring instruments. Older planes may also have a flight engineer on board, while newer aircraft have automated this role. How do you become an aircraft pilot? To become a pilot, you'll need to work towards a license and certificate from the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, CAAP. You'll also have to pass the Aviation Training Organization (ATO) requirements. To reach this level, you'll first have to become a licensed private pilot. How much do aircraft pilots make? The average salary for an airline pilot in the Philippines is 2,365,574 pesos. Financial broker. A financial broker is an individual or firm that acts as an intermediary between an investor and a securities exchange. Because securities exchanges only accept orders from individuals or firms who are members of that exchange, individual traders and investors need the services of exchange members. Brokers provide that service and are compensated in various ways, either through commissions, fees, or through being paid by the exchange itself. As well as executing client orders, brokers may provide investors with research, investment plans, and market intelligence. They may also cross-sell other financial products and services their brokerage firm offers, such as access to a private client offering that provides tailored solutions to high-net-worth clients. In the past, only the wealthy could afford a broker and access the stock market. Online broking triggered an explosion of discount brokers, which allow investors to trade at a lower cost, but without personalized advice. To get into a career as a financial broker, you'll need to understand how markets work, as well as how to navigate them. A good place to start is with a degree in a subject related to finance. From there, an internship or experience with a firm is the next step. Although it can be a long journey to the top, it's one of the best paying jobs in the Philippines. The average salary for a stockbroker in the Philippines is 350,000 pesos. Civil engineer. A civil engineer designs and oversees the construction of public works, such as roads, bridges, dams, tunnels, buildings, airports, water and sewage systems, and other large infrastructure projects. Buildings and bridges are often the first structures to come to mind, because they are the most obvious engineering creations. But civil engineers are also responsible for less visible creations and contributions. Every time we open a water faucet, we expect water to come out, without thinking that civil engineers made it possible, in many cases by designing systems that transport water to cities from mountain sources that are sometimes hundreds of miles away. A civil engineer is someone who applies scientific knowledge to improve infrastructure and common utilities that meet basic human needs. If you want to become a licensed civil engineer in the Philippines, you'll first need to pass the 5-year Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. From there, you'll have to pass the Civil Engineering Licensure Examination, which you can take after some on-the-job training. The average salary for a civil engineer in the Philippines is 256,815 pesos. Actuary. Actuaries are problem solvers and strategic thinkers, who use their mathematical skills to help measure the probability and risk of future events. They use these skills to predict the financial impact of these events on a business and their clients. Business and government increasingly depend on the skills of actuaries and analysts to help them model and plan for the future. As the world changes at an increasingly rapid pace, risk management expertise can help businesses navigate this evolving landscape. Actuaries possess a unique mix of mathematical, analytical, communication, and management skills. They apply their abilities to create social impact, inform high-level strategic decisions, and have a significant impact on legislation, businesses, and people's lives. Actuaries are creative, curious, and adaptable, and it's this learning mindset that helps them succeed in the digital age. Actuaries' unique combination of technical skills and professional acumen ensure they will continue to make a difference, guarding against the impacts of future uncertainty. You'll want to start with a bachelor's degree in either accountancy or mathematics. A relevant postgraduate qualification may also be beneficial. You'll then need to pass qualifications to become a member of the Actuarial Society of the Philippines. The average salary for an actuary in the Philippines is 364,503 pesos. Computer programmer. A computer programmer creates the code for software applications and operating systems. After a software developer designs a computer program, the programmer writes code that converts that design into a set of instructions a computer can follow. They test the program to look for errors and then rewrite it until it is error-free. The programmer continues to evaluate programs that are in use, making updates and adjustments as needed. If you want to work as a computer programmer, you'll first need a detailed and extensive knowledge of a range of IT systems. As such, you'll need a degree in an IT-related field, such as computer science. Once you have your qualifications, you'll need to build up as much experience as possible to find a role in this industry. The average salary for a computer programmer in the Philippines is 200,219 pesos. Accountants are professionals who specialize in keeping and understanding finances. Both individuals and organizations employ these experts to help them get a deeper insight into their financial records. Accountants also take on a variety of tasks related to the management of money. Often, they'll specialize in one particular area, such as tax or auditing. An accountant is a professional who is responsible for keeping and interpreting financial records. Most accountants are responsible for a wide range of finance-related tasks, either for individual clients or for larger businesses and organizations employing them. Several other terms are often discussed in conjunction with the phrase accountant, which can lead to confusion on what this career actually entails. For example, accountant and bookkeeper are phrases that are sometimes used interchangeably, yet there are several key differences between these job titles. To become an accountant in the Philippines, you'll need to first complete a 5-year Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. After your studies, you'll need to take the Certified Public Accountant's Licensure examination. Given how valuable this position is and how long it takes to qualify, this is one of the best paying jobs in the Philippines. The average salary for an accountant in the Philippines is 300,666 pesos. Statisticians have long played a role in research and academia. Recently, however, there has been a spike in demand for statisticians in business, due to the proliferation of data generation and collection across industries and because businesses are now realizing the value of data-driven decision-making. With this increased demand in mind, it's understandable that more and more professionals are considering careers as statisticians. Unfortunately, the term statistician is rather vague, and many people are unsure what, exactly, these professionals actually do. Here, we explore the responsibilities of a statistician, the education and skills typically required to excel in the role, and offer some alternative career paths for those who want to work with data. Due to the depth of knowledge needed, you'll have to start with an undergraduate degree in a subject related to statistics or mathematics. From there, a master's degree in a field of specialization can help when looking for a suitable job role. The average salary for a statistician in the Philippines is 265,248 pesos. System analysts are responsible for maintaining and improving computer systems for an organization and its clients. This IT role is growing in popularity and demand as organizations increasingly move operations, processes, and communication online. System analysts are often required to work outside standard hours to oversee upgrades or fixes, ensuring there is minimal interruption to business as usual. A system analyst job description should highlight the need for accuracy, logic, and an ability to communicate complex ideas to others. Most entry-level system analyst roles require a degree in an IT-related field. In addition, you'll need a detailed understanding of business structures and the technology they use. Often, employers require experience working in IT and business roles. The average salary for a systems analyst in the Philippines is 481,392 pesos. Art director. An art director typically oversees the work of other designers and artists who produce images for television, film, live performances, advertisements, or video games. They determine the overall style or tone desired for each project and articulate their vision to artists who submit images, such as illustrations, graphics, photographs, charts and graphs, or stage and movie sets. An art director will work with the art and design staff in advertising agencies, public relations firms, and book, magazine, or newspaper publishers to create designs and layouts. They also work with producers and directors of theater, television, or movie productions to oversee set designs. Their work requires them to understand the design elements of projects, inspire other creative workers, and keep projects on budget and on time. Sometimes, they are responsible for developing the budgets and timelines. Strong conceptual skills are needed as an art director. According to Caitlin Angstad, senior art director at Brownstein Group in an interview with Media Bistro, to create something meaningful, you must start with a strong idea. This is the backbone of commercial art. Good communication skills are also essential. Your team has to understand what you want in order to deliver it. Clearly articulate your vision or risk jeopardizing the quality of the project. The average salary for an art director in the Philippines is 355,607 pesos. Geologists work to understand the history of our planet. The better they can understand Earth's history, the better they can foresee how events and processes of the past might influence the future. Here are some examples. Geology can be a very interesting and rewarding career. The minimum training required is a 4-year college degree in geology. Pre-college students who are interested in becoming geologists should take a full curriculum of college preparatory courses, especially those in math, science, and writing. Courses related to computers, geography and communication are also valuable. Geologists work in a variety of settings. These include natural resource companies, environmental consulting companies, government agencies, nonprofit organizations, and universities. Many geologists do field work at least part of the time. Others spend their time in laboratories, classrooms or offices. All geologists prepare reports, do calculations and use computers. The average salary for a geologist in the Philippines is 879,600 pesos. Thank you for watching.